I believe that changing beliefs is the one of the most useful and powerful things you can do in order to help yourself achieve what you want. Again, obviously, the first thing is to have clarity about what you want, because if you don't know what you want, then you don't really know where to put your attention at all. You don't know where to direct yourself. It's not that now you could still make some progress in terms of releasing or changing some beliefs, even if you don't know what you want. And in some ways, sometimes releasing some beliefs could be helpful for you to gain more clarity about what you want. Well, in fact, I would say always releasing beliefs will help you to gain more clarity about what you want. But often it's preferable to start out with some kind of sense of what you want, even though that's probably going to change or at least be refined as you proceed. Because as you release beliefs, then what will happen is you'll gain more clarity or precision or something about what it is that you want. But having some kind of orientation from the beginning is usually helpful. If you just say, well, I have no idea at all what I want, I can't even begin to figure that out, then you could start just with some releasing some beliefs, because you probably have some common beliefs, some common identity beliefs. Like most people have the belief, if they haven't yet released it, they have the belief, I'm not enough, or I'm not good enough. So again, those are just words. So the words in and of themselves don't mean anything, but for most people, those words or something similar to that will point to a meaning that they've associated with a bunch of experiences. And so those are very common beliefs. So if in the absence of any other starting point, you could just start there, start with those beliefs. I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not important. Those are great starting points. Because those are just going to be problematic across the board. And I'm not capable is another one. Okay, so those kinds of beliefs just are problematic, because if you believe I'm not capable, then um, that's going to interfere in you being able to achieve success in just about anything, right? Because if you believe I'm not capable, well, you're not capable of anything. Therefore, you're going to have basically an impossible time achieving anything that you want in life. So releasing that belief would be really helpful. Hopefully, I've made a case for what a belief is, why they're important, or what purpose they serve, or what function they serve, and why changing beliefs is such a valuable skill. So we'll take a little bit of time now to explore how you can change beliefs. So the real secret is to understand the structure of belief. So if that's not clear to you, then I really encourage you to review that, and importantly, to explore that in your actual experience. So it's one thing to hear the theory of it, but in order for it to really be something you can work with, you have to really look for yourself and see how that's actually true in your actual experience. So just notice beliefs that you have, and then notice how those beliefs actually have that structure. Then when you understand that, then clearly, in order to release a belief, all that's necessary is to release the association of the meaning with whatever those experiences are. Because if you release that, then all of a sudden you just have those meaningless experiences again. So the association of the meaning with the experiences is what really forms the core of the belief. So you've got, on the one hand, you've got this bundle of experiences, and those experiences are fundamentally meaningless, but you have categorized them, grouped them together, and assigned a meaning to them. So it's sort of like you have a suitcase, and you've put all of these meanings, all these beliefs, all these experiences in the suitcase. So the experiences actually have nothing to do with one another at all. They're all meaningless. So there's no connection between them at all. But you pack them in this metaphorical suitcase, and then you put a handle on it, and you put a label on the handle that says whatever meaning you've assigned to all that. So if you have the belief, I'm not capable, then you've got all these experiences which are fundamentally meaningless and unrelated, but you pack them together into that suitcase, and you put a handle on it, and you put a label on it that says, I'm not capable. And so now you just carry that around, in this I'm not capable is the shorthand version of that. And if somebody challenged you on it, then you'd open up the suitcase and you say, look, here's all my evidence why I'm not capable. I did this and this thing and this other thing, and this person said this thing, and I failed on this thing, and yada, yada, yada. All of that means I'm not capable. So once you release that association, then it's like, okay, all of a sudden, all of those experiences are out of the suitcase and they're no longer labeled. And it's revealed that they're meaningless and that they don't have any connection to one another. So where's the belief now? There's no belief anymore. So the experiences remain, but they're seen to be fundamentally meaningless. Or you could also restructure them so that you assign a different meaning to them. That will also work. So you could release a belief, you could reorganize into a different belief, but either one will work. And there are many, many different ways of doing that in terms of techniques that can work. And obviously, I say obvious to me, I'm not going to cover all of those today. What I will share with you is one very simple process that you can use. And this is only one process. So I have other processes that I teach people. And if you wanted to learn those, then in order to do justice to those, you'd really need to take the time and invest in that. But today I'm going to give you one very simple and yet very powerful process that you can use to actually release or change any belief. This process is really, it's just about understanding that you don't even have to understand how it works to make it work, but I'll just give you the basis for it. All meaning is defined by what it is not. So all things are defined by what they are not. So if we have like night and day, for example, so the day would be meaningless if there was no night. Likewise, night would be meaningless if there was no day. Take another example. Up would be meaningless if there was no down, and down would be meaningless if there was no up. So the meaning of each of them is actually defined by whatever its opposite is. So they form a polarity. So up and down, night and day, here and there, all of these are polarities, and every meaning is defined by its polar opposite. So in order to release the particular meaning that's assigned to a group of experiences, what you can do is you can simply, all you do is you alternate in giving your attention to one end of the polarity and then the other end of the polarity. So you could take a simple example. Let's say you have the belief, I'm not capable. And you can try this out with any belief that you might have. So you could do this. I'll just guide you through it now. We've got a few minutes, and it doesn't take much longer than that. So just choose a belief that you have. So if you happen to have the belief I'm not capable, or if you have the belief I'm not enough, or I'm not good enough, or any other belief that you would like to release, then just bring to mind that belief. And on the one hand, just think to yourself that belief. So I'll use the example, I'm not capable. So you just think, I'm not capable, and just notice that, and just notice whatever comes to mind. So just let whatever surfaces surface. Just notice that. And you don't need to try and do anything with it or make anything of it. You don't have to worry whether it's working or not. Just give your attention to that. I'm not capable. And then on the other hand, you're going to give your attention to whatever the opposite of that is. So in this example, I am capable. So this is not about trying to replace I'm not capable with I am capable. Rather, it's just about giving attention momentarily to whatever the opposite is. So I am capable, and just notice whatever comes up. And whether you're conscious of something or not conscious of something, it doesn't matter. Just notice whatever you notice, and if you don't notice anything, that's fine too. And then you're going to just alternate between these two. So I'm not capable. So on the one hand, I'm not capable. And you just notice whatever you notice. So you just think that I'm not capable, and whatever comes up. Doesn't matter what the association is. Doesn't matter whether it's conscious or not conscious. Just notice whatever you notice. And on the other hand, I am capable. And again, it's not about, we're not trying to replace the belief with its opposite. We're just noticing, we're just giving attention to the polar opposites, but in an alternating fashion. So on the one hand, I'm not capable. You just notice whatever comes to mind. And there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever is there, whatever comes up. Maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. And on the other hand, I am capable. And no force, we're not trying to force I am capable. It's not the association with I am capable could be that's absolutely not true. And that's fine. Right. So whatever, maybe the association is resistance, maybe the association is that's a stupid idea, whatever, it's fine. So we're not trying to assert that it is true. We're just giving attention to whatever is associated with that. And on the one hand, I'm not capable. You just notice whatever comes up. And on the other hand, I am capable. So we'll just do a few more alternations. So on the one hand, I am not capable. And on the other hand, I am capable. And it's possible as you're doing this that at a certain point you might start to feel a little bit funny, maybe, or maybe very relaxed, or maybe at a certain point your mind has difficult time focusing. Many different types of things might happen. And so don't force anything. So just remain comfortable. And if what's most comfortable is just to completely let go, then that's fine. For those who are still comfortable, we'll just do a few more alternations. So on the one hand, I'm not capable. And on the other hand, I am capable. On the one hand, I'm not capable. And on the other hand, I am capable. So for the guided practice, that's all I'm going to guide. For some of you, it's possible that you might now have discovered that the whole thing became meaningless and that you can no longer believe what it was that you did believe, in which case, congratulations. And for some of you, there'll still be more alternations required, in which case you can do that on your own. It's obviously quite simple to do. So again, just to recap, you identify whatever the belief is and you put your attention on that and just notice whatever comes up. Doesn't have to make sense or not. It doesn't have to be, maybe there's something conscious, maybe not. Just notice. And then on the other hand, whatever the opposite of that is, you put your attention on that. And again, it's not trying to force anything. You're not trying to override anything. You're just putting your attention on whatever the opposite pole is. So the process is very light and simple, not forced in any way. It's just alternating your attention between these two polarities without an agenda of trying to figure it out or replace or anything, but just to allow the process to reveal something to you. And through that, at some point, whether that's 3 alternations or 10 alternations or 30 alternations, it will happen, at least more often than not, that there will be a release of that association. So it will then just be meaningless. You'll just realize, okay, it no longer means anything. You may also find that it can put you into a state of a very unitive state. So you don't do this while operating heavy machinery. I guess I should have prefaced the whole thing by saying that. Hopefully nobody had any problems with that. I shouldn't laugh, but it can have that effect. So it might seem odd because it's such a simple process, but it can be very, very powerful. So you may find that it will put you into a very unitive state. And if that happens, just enjoy that. That's a nice benefit if it occurs.